Hi, today we're moving to session number 3, Strategy Before Tactics Part 2. Now, if you recall, our strategy before tactics consisted of 2 elements. The first one is identify your ideal client, and this is what we've done in the previous session. And by now, you should start to consider profiling your customers, your existing customers, if you've been in business for a while, and begin to write a description in as much detail as possible about those customers. Their demographics, their psychographics, their geographical places where they are situated, and as well as their behavior. And that is going to help you identify those, locate them, understand them, and be able to target them in a better way than you have done before. Now, the second leg of your strategy consists of define a core difference. This is such an important component of your strategy, which we will be covering today. And once we've identified your core difference, we will connect the dots between your ideal client and your differentiation. So the first aspect of your strategy has to do with creating a profile for ideal client and then determining what your differentiation is. Now, the outline of this session: define a core difference. We will try to uncover your difference. We will do a client survey, and then we will do your identity audit, your identity brand audit. Okay. Define a core difference. This is such an important element of your strategy. What we're trying to say here, you need to be different from any other company that says and does what you do. Because if you do not differentiate yourself, the only thing that will make you different from everybody else is the price. And that is not a differentiator. Because everybody else is going to start to lower their prices in order to get a bigger market share and to get more clients coming to them. And are you going to lower it further? Someone is going to go out of business very soon. So what we're trying to do, this is the most important, such a crucial aspect of your survival as a business and also for your growth. You need to come up, think of, create anything of differentiation. Now let's start how we can do that. To uncover your difference, you need to interview your ideal client. Now, I know we've interviewed those clients before, but let's see the next step that we will do. This is very, very important. Interviewing your ideal client for a specific purpose, for identifying your core difference. This time you want to know what they think of you as a business. To uncover your difference, we will identify your core marketing message. How are you going to communicate that core difference to your target market? We will also have something called an interesting concept called your talking logo. This is a very powerful concept which we will discuss today. And then we will basically talk about your positioning purpose statement. This really makes you think why you're doing what you're doing. Why did you start this business in the first place? And then we will talk about the elements of your brand. The client survey. This is, as I said, such an important thing to do, because sometimes we think we're great, we think that we have the best design, the best skills, we have the best professionals, the best of everything. We should be sought after by everyone. Our customers should come to us. But sometimes you don't realize that your customer is coming for something completely different. Let me just give you a very, very simple example. There was a jeweler one day asked me to do a survey for him. And when it turned out, you know, he thought that people are coming to buy from him because of his creative designs. Guess what? When I asked his people, and I asked them about the creative design, they said, well, this is an expectation. We expect creative design from a jeweler. But the only thing, the main thing that people actually went back to him over the years is because they trusted him. Trust was a very strong element in the diamonds that he used. They know that the diamonds that he used were genuine. And they trusted that. That, from a customer's point of view, is so important. He may, as a business owner, knew that. But to hear it from his customer, that something reassured him that actually people come to him because of the trust. And that the fact that he had creative design was just an expectation like anybody else. So it's very, very important to start to think about what your customers think of you. Now, what I would like you to do is interview 8 to 10 ideal clients. And remember what we said about who your ideal clients are. They are the ones who appreciate the value that you provide. They are profitable and they refer you. Pick 8 to 10 of those and start to interview them and really dig deep, very deep, into why they come to you. Now, you can ask them these questions. What made you decide to hire us? This question is so powerful because it really probes into the fact is there is some reason why these people came to you. There was one lady, I asked her, why do you keep coming to this place? And how long have you been coming here? She said, you know what? I've been coming to this place before I was born. It was her parents that continued to deal with this business, and it continued to the next generation. So it's very important for you to find out, why did they hire you? Why do they come and buy from you? What are the real reasons? What are the motivations that make people come and buy from you over and over again? And if you can really find the answer to that, you're almost halfway through to defining your differentiator. Ask them, what's one thing we do better than others like us? This will show your differentiation against your competition. People have dealt with you and also have dealt with your competitors. So it's very important to find out, what is it that makes you different than the other people, the other businesses that say and do what you do. So find out from your own clients, what's one thing that we do better than others like us. The other question that you can ask is, what's one thing we could do better? What you're trying to do here is to improve on your service, or improve on the product that you provide. Find out their frustration. Find out the thing that they're looking for and they can't find it. This is such an important question because it may give you the opportunity to offer something in the market that is not available, something that no one else is providing. What's one thing we could do better? So that's the idea of this question. The other question, would you refer us or do you refer us? Now, this is really digging deep, trying to find out, do these actually people talk about you to others, to their friends, to their colleagues, to their neighbors? Do they actually talk to them or don't they? Now, this is very important. This is where you will find out who your ideal client is. Who's the one who is really valuing your product or your service, who is profitable, and who actually refers you. And it will help you to identify those ideal clients. Very important aspect. Every time you get a call from anyone who has not dealt with you before, to ask the question, it goes without saying, how did you hear about us? How did you know about us? Because if they tell you, Mr. So-and-so told us, you put a tick next to the name of that person on your spreadsheet of clients, the list of clients, to say that this person refers me, because you need to identify those. There's such an important bunch of people that are helping you grow your business. So you need to know who they are. So you need to ask this question, would you refer us? Right? Or do you refer us? So again, this is something that you need to ask. Now, again, this is important, and it will be very clear in the next few sessions when we talk about your total web presence, to actually find out what would you Google from your customer. What are the words that they're using to find services, products, information about your type of business? This is an important aspect, because the words that they're actually using, if you can use those words in the content of your website, in the information that you put about yourself online, people will be able to find you as opposed to finding your competitor. So it's very important to find out from your clients what are the words that they use when they go and search online for your type of services and products. The next question, if you would refer us, what would you say? Now, again, this is a very tricky question. This is really to find out if these people really know the value that you offer. And if they're talking to other people, what are they saying about you? You're trying to uncover a very important aspect of your business. What do your customers think of you? What are they really seeing you as opposed to your competitor or other people who are offering the same kind of service or products? What are they saying to their friends, to their colleagues? How are they describing the kind of experience that they've had with you? Now, I need to warn you, sometimes people say, oh, you provide great service. You know, providing great service is not a differentiator. You know why? Because everybody says that you've got, they provide great service. Ask any business. Do you provide crappy service? Obviously, nobody's going to say yes. Everybody's saying that they provide great service. So it's very important to probe and to ask your clients, what does good service look like? What does it look like? And maybe if they can't answer that, tell me a time we provided good service. Tell me a story where we have actually provided good service. Now, there was one time I asked someone, why do you keep going to this business and buying from them all the time? He said, well, they provided good service. That wasn't enough. So I said to him, can you give me an example? Can you actually tell me what happened that made you think that they provided good service? He said, you know what? One time I placed an order and I paid the money. And when the order came, you know what? They said, the amount of money that you have paid was far more than the price of the order, and therefore we're giving you your money back. He said, no one does this. I mean, maybe it's a question of, you know, these people are really trying to build a relationship with this customer, a relationship that will last for a lifetime. They're not looking for a quick buck, quick dollar. They're looking for something that will last forever. So what they're trying to do here is establish a great relationship, great experience, great customer service, and this person is able to tell me, to give me a story and to give me an example what good service is. Now, sometimes some customers will not give you all these answers if you ask them yourself. So it's always better to find a third party, someone who is independent, neutral, to ask those questions. Because then you probably get more accurate answers to those questions. What you're trying to do here is to find out from the point of view of your customer, what do they appreciate? What do they value in the kind of relationship they have with you? This is very powerful, very important for you to uncover with respect to your differentiation. We always say the best words comes from our customers. And if we're going to start to actually build something, we need to start with our customers. The words that are coming out of your customer's mouth could be part of your core marketing message. Your core marketing message is something which you will go out to the world to say, I am unique in this area. I am unique because of this. And that thing could be one word that the one word that your clients, a number of your clients, are saying about you when you go and ask them those questions. What's the one word that keeps coming up with those questions, with those answers that are coming up of that questionnaire or the survey that you've done with your customer? That is a very powerful thing. A lot of people use slogans that come with their logo or company name. That slogan, that message, if it comes from your own customer, it's going to be very, very powerful. Now, you need to come up with your core message in a very simple way. You can have as much as 10 words if you like, but not more than that. And it has to be simplified because you don't want anything complicated. You want to make it a kind of a simple English or simple whatever language you have in order to be able to communicate your core difference, your core marketing message based on the information, the survey that you've actually conducted with your customer. So the best core message, core marketing message comes from your own customer rather from what you think your differentiation is. Your talking logo, a very interesting concept. People put logos on their business cards, and they go and give those business cards, to people whom they meet in different events and situations, different settings, like in a conference or a seminar or any kind of a business meeting. But when people ask them, what do you do for a living? They say, I'm a lawyer, I'm an architect, I'm a contractor, I'm a plumber, I'm an electrician, I'm an engineer. They're giving titles. You see, that's not a differentiator. Well, I'm going to try to talk to you today about something which is very powerful, especially in those kind of situations where you actually communicate your core difference in different settings. If someone asks you, what do you do for a living? Don't start with those titles. You can start with something that looks like a statement and an answer. I, we, and then put a verb, and then the target, and then the unique value. I, as the person, we, or the company, use a verb like provide, help, deliver, design, any kind of verb that might fit your situation. And then the target market. Who are the people that you're targeting? Remember your ideal client? You need to say who they are when you are communicating. It helps you to get more of those. And then you need to state what is your unique value. Now let me give you a quick example. While talking about me, I say, I provide small businesses. I, that's the first word. The verb is provide. The target is small business. And the value, the unique value, is a systematic approach to their marketing. Now, I need you to sit down and think, if someone asks you that question, what do you do for a living? What is the statement that you're going to give when someone asks you this question? Now, the answer to the unique value, it has to be something, what do your customer want? Right? You need to think of that unique value based on what do your customer want. You need to think of that unique value based on what do your customers buy. The benefits, not the features, the benefits. And what is the experience? That unique value could be the experience that people actually have with your business, right? And what is the result? So that unique value could be an answer to any of those questions. I want you to start practicing the answer to the question, what do you do for a living? And make it such a differentiator that you're going to go out and tell people about your difference. Because when I ask you, what do you do for a living? And you give me a great answer that makes me ask you again, oh, really? How do you do that? Now, you're coming to the point where you're actually going to get that person really listening to you. But if you say to that person or answering, what do you do for a living? And just say, I'm a teacher. Okay. Nothing goes from there. But when you say something that really communicates your difference, the next question would be, is really? How do you do that? This is your chance. Really? How do you do that? This is your chance to talk about your unique process, and if you have one, to talk about your unique product. Now, this is something very powerful. You can talk about your unique service, your unique guarantee. Talk about your unique packaging, your unique delivery. You see, these kind of differentiation that you have here really came from the survey that you have done initially with your customers. This is where they have seen your uniqueness, your differentiation. When you have asked your customers, three things happened. You unfolded something that makes you different from everybody else. Your customer appreciated the fact that you actually asked them, and they felt that they are part of your business. Now, it's very important to establish that your uniqueness, your differentiation. That's very important because it helps you really stand out from your competition. So, survey your clients and come up with your talking logo. The next point that we're going to talk about is your positioning goal statement. Your positioning statement. This is really the statement or the goal, the reason why you started this business in the first place. You know, each one of us have started a business for some reason or another. Now, you can't say, okay, I started the business because I wanted to make money. Yeah, of course. But there is a higher purpose to that. That higher purpose is something that really you can either keep it to yourself or you can communicate it to the world. Now, it can be public versus private. This is something that is really something that you need to come up with. It's like a goal. It's the vision. It's something that we always talk about as being your higher purpose. You see, we're all in business because we want to make money. But we're also developing our economies. We're helping our countries to grow. So it's very important that we come up with this higher purpose that you believe in. Is you're going to have an added value to your village, to your community, to your town, to the people who are actually reliant on you. And it's why you do what you do. It's the reason that you are so good in doing what you do. What is your positioning goal and statement? I want to be number one. I want to be a leader in this sort of business. So whatever it is, you need to make it clear. You can keep it to yourself or you can communicate it to others. So this is the point where you should start to think about your positioning statement. Very important. Right. Strategy before tactics, as we said, comprises of two components. The first component that we have covered is to identify your ideal client. The next component is to define your core difference. Once you have identified those two elements of your strategy, it's time to connect the dots between the two. It's the thing that you're going to make it so coherent, the whole thing about your target market and your differentiator, so that you can put it together and connect the dots. So, go back to your logo, to your business card, to your office, to the people who work for you. Does it portray, does it give that kind of impression of the strategy that you actually are trying to sort of pursue? Does the elements of your brand support the elements of your strategy? This is very important. If you're dealing with kids and small children, does everything else about your business support that? Support your target market and support your differentiation. The firm name and logo is the name that you have chosen for your company, and the logo support your strategy, support your target market and your difference. Your website and online brand elements, does that support your strategy? Let's have a look. Do your own audit. That means go and have a look at everything that you have around you in your company. And you can start with your brand elements. Start with your business cards, whatever it is that you're actually using, giving it out. Does it actually support the elements of your strategy? Look at the colors that you're using. whether it's on the business card, the stationery, the colors of your office, the colors of your shop. Does it support that? Your letterhead, your marketing material. Is it something that resonates, fits with that target market and that differentiator? Your online brand elements. Again, that is something very important. Not only offline stuff, but also the online. They have to mesh together. There has to be cohesiveness with regards to the two elements. Your website. Does it reflect the differentiation that you are saying you are actually providing for your customer? If you're talking about simplicity, flexibility, functionality, does your website provide those elements as well? Your social media profiles. Do you have those profiles online? And what does it say about you? What do you say? What have you actually posted in social media that actually supports your elements of the strategy? Your interactivity. When you do interact with people, does it support expertise, the professionalism, the kind of person that you would like to be known as in the market? This is where your positioning statement is very, very important. When you have identified that, you'll be able to go back to the world, go out to the world and tell them who you are and what you represent as a business. Now, I'd like you to go and do your own audit and find for any kind of brand consistencies or inconsistencies with respect to your brand. Does it all fit with your elements of the strategy? Does it resonate your target market, the people that you're actually serving? And does it really resonate with your core difference? Do this audit and find out whether it all fits together. Now, the other thing, I would like you to actually make a statement to the answer that gives what you do for a living. If somebody is asking you this question, what do you do for a living? Your answer has to be a frustration. It has to be a pain. It has to be something that people feel that they want the answer to in your business. What do you do for a living? I, remember, provide my target market with this value, unique value. So the supplemental statement is when someone says, really? How do you do that? Now you need to be able to answer that question, this statement, with something that talks about your unique product, unique service, unique delivery, unique guarantee, if you recall that. And I also would like you to come up with your core marketing message. Your core marketing message, as we said, it's a word, up to 10 words, very powerful words that you have been able to get those words from the mouths of your clients, actually after doing the survey with them. So your core marketing message is very important, and it's coming out from the surveys that you have done. I need you to come up with that, and I need you to put it there as something that you're going to go to the world and say, my differentiation, my value is in this core marketing message. Your positioning goal statement is another statement that you need to sit down and think, what is my higher purpose? Why have I started this business in the first place? Why I'm doing what I'm doing? This is something you can either keep it for yourself, or you can actually share it with the other people that are working with you. It's very important to put that statement in place. Okay, that really ends our session for today, for this particular session. And for further information, I would like you to look at the website shown underneath the screen. And thank you very much. See you next time.